Nation. This is Adam Evans. I am the tournament manager of the OVA, the Ohio Volleyball Association, and we're excited. Jeff Stanley and Shelly Bear with us. The OVA Club of the Week is the Tribe Volleyball Club. And Jeff and Shelly are the directors of that. We're excited to have them on. So hello, guys. How you doing today?
Hello.
How are you guys? We're great.
A little windy up here in Northeast Ohio, but that's okay. So Sean's got us going here, our media director. So we have our OVA Club of the Week questions that we just want to ask you guys so you guys can help promote your club and, get the word out there about Tribe Volleyball Club. So we'll start off with where are you guys located?
We are in Parkersburg, West Virginia.
So that is right on the river. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah, we affiliate with Parkersburg and Marietta in the surrounding area.
Super. Okay, so tell us a little bit about the Tribe Volleyball Club. Why do you guys do this and all that sort of thing? So, yeah, tell us a little bit about your program.
Well, we kind of started, Shelly and I took over in 2019 during COVID, which was a great time to take over. We exist for the kids and the families. If they're around us, they know that. We try to provide a low-cost, high-effective, high-competitive volleyball club that relies on great coaching that is invested in the club and the players themselves. So that's kind of what we kind of exist for. Shelly can kind of elaborate on that a little bit more, but that's kind of where we are.
We cover the mid-Ohio Valley, so we have kids that come from almost 2 hours away to Parkersburg kids, to Marietta kids, lots of different school districts. We have a pretty big club, so it takes a lot of volunteers, and we're all volunteers, to run it, organize it, and have a real good experience for all of the kids.
Okay. So where do you guys normally practice?
And we wish we had our own facility. I mean, every year since we've taken over, we've thought we've had an in somewhere, either to purchase a facility or a tie-in with a facility that would be, tribe exclusive. I coached up at the university last year, so we had that tie-in, but I coached so well they closed the university. So that's a joke, but so we had that tie-in, but we'd love to have our facility. But right now we kind of operate out of facilities. We are tied in with some schools, church facilities. There's like 4 or 5 different facilities we use. But our goal in the long run would be to have our own facility, but we're kind of picky. I don't want just a 1-court facility. I would like to have at least 3 or 4 courts so we can hold tournaments every weekend.
That's an advantage to as a club to be able to have at least an exclusive use facility where you get primary options on rental time and you can count on when you'll be there. That's important. So good luck to you guys in that quest. I hope it works out for you. How many teams do you have in your club right now?
We have 19.
19.
Yep.
Okay. And boy, I tell you what, if you got 19 teams now, if you're able to get that facility, you may see some really explosive growth for you guys.
Absolutely.
Well, it's grown. I mean, when we took over in 2019, we had 11 teams, about 110 kids. Now we're at 19. We could have had more this year. We probably could have been 22, 23. But, we're in the philosophy that if we can't provide the coach that we feel gives the parent and the player and the athlete and the family what they're paying for, then we weren't comfortable having the team. So, and obviously having another facility would help with that too, but we probably could have easily been, I know we could have added another 17s team, another 15s team, probably another 13s team for sure this year. We already have 4 13s teams. And for our area, which is a small area, it's not like we live in Columbus or Cincinnati or Cleveland where you got, thousands of kids to draw from. So, yeah, we definitely would benefit and grow from having our own facility for sure.
Sure. Well, again, good luck in that quest, and hopefully you guys can get that and be able to serve more kids. be able to serve more kids.
Absolutely.
So you talked about you have 4 13s teams this year. What are the age groups of your teams? What's your range?
We have we go from 12 developmental to regional, clear up through an 18s team, and just a mix of regional and American teams.
We believe that, you know, if you're going to have an American team and a regional team, they play at their level. We don't just going to throw a national team in there to have one. So we didn't feel like, you know, it would be the right advantage. And plus, we're kind of under the philosophy too that there's really not much a national team can do that an American team can't. You get knocked out in a bid tournament, you know, if you're an American team, if a national team makes it. But other than that, you kind of actually have more leeway if you're an American team. But, you know, we believe in having teams where they compete at a great high level, and it's worked for us pretty well. So.
Super. It's nice to stick true to that philosophy of whatever it is you've established and keep following it. You follow it. It's easy to follow. It's easy, not easy to follow, but if you're able to follow it, it allows you to accomplish your goals and reach your reach kids with the proper mission that you guys are promoting. So that's outstanding. Some notable program accomplishments since you guys have taken over. What are some exciting maybe tournament wins, big events, or maybe some individual growth where you've seen a player just progress from somebody that maybe was very raw and then after a couple seasons is tearing it up on the court. What are some of your program accomplishments?
Well, that's a tough one. We've had so many, and it's going to sound very, you know, pat myself on the back, but that's not what it's meant to be, because we've been very fortunate to have very competitive teams and great coaching and won a lot of tournaments. And we won 4 already this year. We finished in the top 3 in over 50% of our tournaments we've competed in. So that's an accomplishment when you're a small area. So this will be the 3rd year, I believe, in a row we were going to send teams to the national tournament, USA volleyball tournament. They went to Vegas 2 years ago. Our team went to Indianapolis last year. This year we're sending 2 teams probably to Chicago. So for a small club or a small area, that's a big accomplishment. And go there and compete too, not just go to show up. We won your tournament last year. We won your Logan tournament. We finished second. 2 of our teams finished second in your Athens tournament, one of them being ours. But yeah, I mean, there's so many wins that we've had. And again, that's going to sound very, you know, not how I want it to sound, but we've been very fortunate, and we've done a very good job at tryouts of picking athletes that compete to the way the coach wants them to compete too. And again, on top of that, we survive and we thrive and we've grown because of our coaching. So, like I said, we're to finishing the gold in, I think 32 out of 35 tournaments this year, something like that. We went to Pittsburgh just last weekend? Was it 2 weekends ago?
2.
It took 3 teams to the Steel City Freeze. Our team, the 17th team, got 3rd out of 32 and lost in the semis, but we actually beat the team in pool play that won the tournament. Our 2 other teams kind of misleading. They made silver, but in every loss they had was 3 sets but 1, and they were close. So to be able to go to all these tournaments and be competitive is a great thing. And then on top of that, when you don't count the wins, when you look at an achievement, a good example of that is we just had a 14s tournament here at home, and Shelly did a great job of running it. I was out of town with my 12s, and it was a very competitive tournament. Now they allow the 14 elite tournaments or the select tournaments where you can have American and regional teams both. And our regional team, our 3rd regional team, didn't make gold, but they went 1 and 2 in pool play, but they turned around and won the silver bracket. So for that team, they went 3 and 2 on the weekend against extremely strong competition. So for us as a club, that's an achievement. That's a win because they're getting better. They're enjoying their time. Parents feel like they're getting their money's worth. And as part of our volleyball family, that's important. But to kind of single out one win, that's kind of hard. We just had a 16s team this year go to Columbus and compete in the 17 elite bracket. They made it all the way to the championship game, I believe. Is that correct?
I think so.
They get 3rd. They got 2nd or 3rd. I'm sorry. I apologize to them when they're going to watch this podcast that I don't remember that. But they did very, very well. That for a 16 American team competing in the 17 elite bracket. So there's a lot. We want, and again, we've had teams finish in the top 5 in the OVR region the past 3 years, quite a few, bunch in the top 10. So for a small area, and you consider not only that we're a small area and we have 3 clubs in this area competing for kids, and they do a good job too, it makes it even more difficult, to stay competitive. And I pat on the back to our coaches and our staff that we've been able to do that for sure. That was a long answer. I apologize.
Oh, no, don't apologize at all. No, speaking from the heart as fan, we appreciate that. We want to hear your story. That's why we have you on. So again, Jeff Stanley and Shelly Bear from the Tribe here with me, Adam Evans, the tournament director or the tournament manager for the Ohio Volleyball Association. The Tribe Volleyball Club is our club of the week. So we're excited to have these guys on and talk to them and find out more about them. So thanks, you guys. Really appreciate that. A couple more questions before we get going here. What makes your program different?
What makes us different is we are really focusing on, we're staying fiercely competitive, but we are trying to instill really, really good sportsmanship so that every tournament we attend or every tournament we host, I want people to leave or be around us and say, those kids, they're really, really good kids and good sportsmanship. That's a goal of mine for our club. Our coaching, we have phenomenal coaches. Really, in especially girls sports, we always have a drop off, like when they're 11, 12. We're really focusing on keeping them interested and keeping them coming back and getting them involved in our sport so that they don't drop off. We want them to stay in and stay involved clear up through 18s so they can't play club anymore, and maybe even go on into adults and come back and coach for us. That's my thoughts on it.
Kind of on the director side of it, in the kind of the weeds. The one thing where we try to be different is we try to keep our costs down. I mean, I think our American teams pay $1,100 and they get a lot of gear for $1,100. So, and we can do that because we're all volunteers. We're a non-paid staff. So, and we don't have a facility to pay for it. I guess in the end, that kind of helps too, to keep the costs down. We raise money in different ways to offer scholarships to a lot of kids. I mean, thousands of dollars for kids that can't afford to play or right now a lot of people with the way that everything costs right now are up. So we offer discounted rates or full scholarships to kids to play, extended payment plans. Like people can reach out to us and say, hey, we got a payment coming up next week. Can we move it? And we absolutely always do. And so it's not a big deal for us. But I think one thing that really makes us different than anybody else is our huddle program we just started. We offer each team right now, 14s and above, a free huddle account, which is a team account plus an individual account. And I don't know if you know much about what huddle's doing right now. They've kind of went into the recruiting side of it a little bit, like NCSA does, maybe not to the extent that NCSA does, but to offer that huddle program to each kid, especially a kid that wants to go to college and play volleyball, is an amazing thing. And it's not cheap. I mean, it's not a free thing that we offer, but we offer it free to our parents. And so each kid gets an account where they can communicate with colleges, college coaches. They have video. The coaches can come in and watch complete game videos or highlights. They can see stats. And again, kids can now communicate, email, and work with coaches. And that's a tremendous thing for a kid that's wanting to play college volleyball. And if they're not, even a parent can go in and just make a highlight film if they want another kid.
Yep.
And post on Facebook. But that's something we just started doing. Like I said earlier, we really want to grow that side of it because I think we lack in this area of promoting athletes that really want to play beyond whatever they're playing, whatever sport, club, travel, whatever you want to call it. And I think if we can do that as a club and really reach out and work with them, that would be a huge advantage. But I think keeping our costs down, offering scholarships, and our huddle program is kind of one thing that sets us aside. And like Shelly said, every club has great coaching. Every club does their best in what they want to do and how they want to do it. We kind of stay true to ourselves. Like I said, we don't just throw teams together to have a team. We don't offer national teams just to, attract kids. We keep our teams where we feel they'll be competitive, and that helps you in the long run. So, but anyway, that's kind of my, again, long answer.
No, we appreciate it. That's fantastic. We we appreciate the time you're taking for that. And the huddle program sounds like a really, really neat thing that can really serve your kids well. And there's talent everywhere. With today's technology, we should be able to get those talented kids that maybe don't do the heavy travel or the big tournament national qualifier type club schedule to get those kids seen in front of some college coaches. So that's good that you're implementing huddle and getting those kids connected. That's a great thing.
We would love to work with you on that too. Sean and I were talking prior to this about your guys' college coach showcase tournament this weekend, and a lot of our teams are already, going to the President's Cup or whatever because we need the points for OVR championship. But in the future, it'd be nice in this area if we could do something like that for these kids, because we don't have it in this area. We don't have ID camps. We're at a college every once in a while, put on one, but that's for their benefit. But we would love to have a college showcase tournament in this area next year. So it'd be something we'd be willing to work with you guys on. We have the facilities to do it for sure.
Oh, fantastic! We'd love to work with you on that. That's part of our mission here at the Ohio Volleyball Association is to make those opportunities available for those type of programs. So, we can certainly talk after the podcast is over and get that set up, or at least get the ball rolling on that. So that's exciting. Just a couple more questions here. These are pretty specific to us and the OVA. So in regards to playing in the OVA, as we've said, you've supported us over the last couple seasons. We appreciate that. What's been your experience? What's been the Tribe's experience playing in our events?
I like the energy that you guys have in your tournaments. It just seems fresh, seems kind of fast, and I appreciate that. I like your marketing, and like when you have your social media guy there and you can see him taking video of the kids love to see themselves, and that was a pretty big deal for us to see our kids on the actual screen. So
I'd have to agree with Shelly. The way you promote the tournaments, the way you promote the kids at the tournaments, the way you seem like it's, and Sean and I talked about this prior, is how you make the teams feel important and the kids feel important while they're there. Shelly's backdrop she has behind us right now is a result of your Athens tournament last year when we saw your your OVA backdrop. So we have that at every tournament now. Next year we're going to start having these. That's just kind of a self-promotion, sorry.
Sure.
We won one of those last year. I have another one laying here, but I'm not going to pick it up because it makes my laptop shake. But and those kind of things, just making the teams feel like they're important. And like she said, the way you take video, the way you promote the teams is tremendous. And leaving a tournament with no issues is another great thing. We host tournaments, we know what that's like. So far we've had no issues, and that's a good thing. So.
Well, we appreciate that. Thank you. We aim to please here at the Ohio Volleyball Association. So, but we appreciate that, and thank you for noticing. We want to put the kids first, promote the kids first, promote the clubs, promote the coaches, and simply put, thank you for noticing. Thank you for noticing the effort. So on social media, where can we find you guys? Where can we find the Tribe?
Oh, my husband actually is our
Shelly's husband is our social media director, and Tim does a tremendous job. So do you mind if we let him speak to that? It'd probably be easier. Would that be a problem?
Oh, he just told me everything is at the TribeVBC, all of our platforms.
Okay.
But Facebook, I think, is TribeVBC WV. I think that's the difference.
Okay.
I think there's a West Virginia behind the Facebook one, but all the Snapchat, the TikTok, Instagram, and I believe Twitter. Is that correct, Tim?
Yeah.
Are all TribeVBC, the TribeVBC. So,
excellent.
And Tim's not going to get on here. I know he's not, but Tim does all our social media, and we've had clubs try to actually pull Tim to help them, and I made him sign a no compete clause. So it might be a joke, but he does do a very good job. And we're starting to ramp up our TikTok again starting this week, and because kids love that. I'm in a few TikToks from practice here recently, so they love to make fun. But yeah, so that's our social media, and Tim does an outstanding job with that.
All right. Well, kudos to Tim. Thanks for giving him a shout out. So I think we got you guys coming up back at the Bobcat Madness. That's in a couple weeks yet. But we look forward to seeing you guys there. If we see you at I don't know if we have you guys at the Tri-State Slam Fest or at, the Tri-State Slam Fest is after our event this weekend. So we'll definitely see you in a short time. I'll look forward to having you guys back up at the Ping Center at the beautiful OU campus. Again, Adam Evans, tournament manager for the Ohio Volleyball Association, here with Jeff Stanley and Shelly Bear of the TribeVBC out of Parkersburg, West Virginia. They are our OVA Club of the Week. Folks, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you guys soon.
We really, really appreciate you guys doing this. It's a tremendous honor for our club. We take great pride in this club. We work hard for it, but, being honored is a great thing. And anytime you get that, it's much appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you. Folks, good luck. We are at the talent show this coming weekend down at A Squared and the Tri-State Slam Fest, and then on to the Bobcat Madness. So that's what's coming up at the OVA. We thank the Tribe again for coming on board here to talk with us. So, Sean, we're done. Folks, have a great rest of your week and good luck in whatever events you're playing in this coming weekend.
Thank you.